Hi, everybody. Welcome to Busy Moms Yoga. I'm Megan. Thank you so much for joining me today for this deep stretch yoga flow that I've put together for you. Really going to get into the hamstrings, the hips, some back stretches, some twists. So I would strongly encourage you to have a set of blocks handy if you don't have blocks, a thick book or soup cans, anything that can really help just elevate the ground a little bit and just make some of these postures a little bit more accessible. So if you're ready to go, maybe get some calm music playing in the background, anything to help you feel cozy and relaxed. Otherwise, we're going to get started today in a child's pose. So when you are ready, join me there. And we'll start with our knees on the outer edges of the mat, bringing the big toes to touch. Start to walk your hands out. If you're not quite ready to bring your forehead down to the mat yet, maybe prop a block underneath your forehead just to help us ease into the posture. This is a comfortable restorative pose, but it's also a deep stretch. And we want to ease into some of these poses a little more carefully. So let's use our time here just to settle in, noticing any areas of tension, and just trying to let go and relax those muscles. Relax the space in between your eyes. Relax your forehead, your jaw. Relax your shoulders. And start to feel your heart sink down towards the mat. Maybe set an intention for today's practice. If nothing else, just feeling grateful for giving ourselves this time. Bring the awareness to your breath, taking full deep breaths through the nose. And exhale, open mouth, let it go. A couple more, just like that. And sigh it out. I'm going to start to lift up into a tabletop, starting with your head. You slide your hands back into place, bring the knees underneath the hips. Move the block out of the way if you were using one. Spread those fingertips out nice and wide on your mat. Shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips stacked over the knees, and we'll take it to some cat-cows here. On your next inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze, lift your tail. Exhale, round the spine, pushing down into your mat with your hands. Inhale, lift, arch the back. And exhale, round, chin to chest. Couple more times. Take it at your pace with your breath. No rush here. Just loosening up the spine, loosening up the hips, the shoulders, and bringing some movement to those important places. Maybe one more round. And then rejoin me in this neutral spine tabletop. We're going to take it to thread the needle. So start to shift your weight into your left hand. Reach up to the right side, lifting your right arm up to the ceiling just for an inhale. Exhale, send that right arm behind the left, bringing your right shoulder and the right side of your head down to the mat. Left arm reaches towards the top of your mat. And keep the hips high, just feeling this nice shoulder stretch, shoulder release. And breathe. Start to slide that left hand back underneath the shoulder. We lift all the way back up to the twist. And exhale that right hand back down. Let's take a round of cat-cow here again just to reset the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round. And returning back to that neutral tabletop. Shift the weight to the right hand this time. Left arm opens up to the left side. Exhale, thread the needle, sending that left arm behind the right wrist. Bringing the left shoulder, left side of your head down to the mat. Right arm reaches to the top this time. And again, just releasing any tension in the top half of your body and breathe. Slide the right hand back underneath the right shoulder, pushing up with that right hand, open up to the left side, and drop the left hand back down. Beautiful. All right, have those blocks handy here for our next sequence. We're going to take it to the right side first, and then everything we do on the right, obviously, we will then do on the left as well. So let's start by tucking the toes and the hips up and back for downward dog. And any gentle movements you may need here just to get us started, maybe pedaling the legs out just for a moment. Sending those heels down towards the mat best you can. If they don't quite get there, totally fine. Gentle bend in the knees, also okay. And when you're ready, we're going to start by lifting the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, open up the hip, and maybe start to take some circles with your right foot, both directions. And imagine that you're stacking one hip on top of the other. From here, square the hips back off. Bend that knee as if you were bringing knee to nose just for a second. And then step that right foot through into our low lunge. Now, a few options here throughout practice. I would really love it if you kind of played around and felt what worked for you. So low lunge, option to stay right here. Always an option to drop the back knee down as well. So totally up to you and whatever feels good for you. For today, we're going to take it to a twist. So if you like to have a block underneath that left hand to start, go ahead and place it there. Totally not necessary. But if you need a little elevation, go for it. And when you're ready, opening up to the right side, sorry about my back, as if you were able to twist around your spine and lift your heart up towards the ceiling. And breathe. On your next exhale, bring that right hand back down. Maybe grab that opposite block as well. Send the hips back, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling here for a half split. And we're going to start by just flowing this. So inhale, coming forward, sending the heart forward. Exhale, shifting the hips back, pointing the toes up. And you can rock back and forth at your own pace, really working that breath to movement. And the next time you're back in the half split, let's just hang there for a moment. Hands on the blocks or the mat, and just fold over your right leg, keeping the toes pointed towards the top, feeling that good hamstring stretch. My hamstrings are always tight, so this is one of my favorite stretches. Nice and slow, soften the knee, come back into the lunge. Keep the blocks handy, but we're going to switch the right foot and the right hand. So bringing the right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Now again, options here as we move into a lizard. Knee up or knee down, totally your choice. By lifting your knee, you're making this a little bit more of an active stretch. If that's what you're here for today, then go for it. I'm going to keep my knee down. As far as my hands, you can keep your hands on the mat, keep your arms nice and straight like this. I am pushing my right knee into my right tricep and also my right tricep into my right knee. So there's some equal pressure applied from both sides. And again, we can play around with this. Try lifting the knee, see how that feels. If you need a little elevation, bring your blocks a little bit closer. If you want to deepen the stretch, I suggest starting with the blocks, coming down to the forearms, or maybe you're ready to bring the forearms all the way down to the mat, okay? And what you were able to do yesterday may not exactly match with what you can do today, and tomorrow may be entirely different as well. So do what feels good for you today in the moment. Try to keep your right foot flat on the floor, and just breathe. If you're down on your forearms start to rise up a little bit. Move the blocks out of the way. We're gonna lift that back knee up, step back with the right into a downward dog, and take a moment here to pedal. Definitely feeling some sensations in the right side right now, so we want to try to get the blood flowing. And from here, we're going to take it to a pigeon on that same side. So kick the right foot up and back again. Bend that right knee. Bring the right knee to the right wrist. Lay the rest of your leg down and then kind of scoot yourself back if you need to. Hips are going to be squared towards the front of the room. Try not to open up that hip and try to keep the right hip up off your mat. You can always prop a block underneath that hip just to help it stay elevated. Option to stay right here or start to walk your hands forward, coming all the way down. Another posture where I like to prop a block underneath my forehead. And if you're feeling any pain in the knee or if this is just not accessible to you, you can also take it as a figure 4 on your back. So lying down on your back and crossing that right ankle over the left thigh. Either way, you're getting a good hip opener here. Try to release any tension you're holding in your face, your jaw, your neck. Relax the shoulders. And every few breaths, I like to just wiggle my right toes, keep the blood flowing. One more breath here. And slowly we start to rise, lift the head, start to walk your hands back, remove any props that you might be using, tuck the back toes, and step back to our downward dog. Now you should really be feeling something on that right side. And if you were in a figure 4 on your back, you can rejoin us in our downward dog. And we'll take it to the other side. Take the left leg up and back, opening the hip to start, just as we did before, stacking the left hip on top of the right. And maybe take it to some circles with your foot, both directions. And square the hips back off, bring that knee to the nose, and step it through for our low lunge. Now, same variations here. We can always play around dropping the back knee, or maybe keeping the back knee up. Whatever you did on the other side, try to maintain that balance. And we'll start with our twist. So if you used a block last time, prop that block under your right hand, opening up to the left side this time, reaching up nice and tall. Again, imagine you are twisting around your spine. And bring that hand back down. Maybe grab the second block if you used blocks for those half splits last time. Sending the heart forward in our low lunge, we start to shift the hips back, point the toes up towards the ceiling, half split. And we'll start with a flow before we hold the stretch, just because it's such a deep stretch. I like to bring a little movement into it first. Inhaling as you come forward, and exhale, send it back. And the next time you're in that half split, just hold it here for a moment, folding over that left leg. Blocks or no blocks, totally your call, whatever feels comfortable. Soften the knee, come back to the lunge. We're going to take it to that lizard. So bringing the left toes to the outer edges of the mat. And if you used blocks last time, maybe try them again. Okay, whatever variation you used on the other side, staying upright, maybe on your forearms. And you may notice that you have more flexibility on one side than the other. Totally fine. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Just enjoy this deep stretch. Always an option to lift that back knee, although you'll definitely feel yourself working a little bit harder. So if you're here just for the stretch today, maybe keep that knee down like me. And if you're on your forearms, start to rise up again, move the props out of the way. Plant those hands down, tuck the back toes, step back with the left foot to our downward dog. Few breaths here before we take it to a pigeon. Any movement that you need while we're here. And when you're ready, lift the left toes up and back, bend that knee, left knee to the left wrist, and I always have to kind of scooch myself back a little bit. Once again, if you'd like to prop a block underneath the left hip, just to help keep it off the ground, totally optional, totally up to you. Walk the hands down or roll over onto your back. Take this as a supine posture, totally up to you, your call. And just surrender to the stretch here, wiggling those left toes when you can. And slowly we rise, lift the head, walk your hands back, remove any props that might be in the way. And one more time, tuck the toes, send that left foot back, downward dog. Any movement that you need here, feel free to take. And we're going to come to a seated posture. So however you want to get there, I'm going to walk my feet up to my hands, cross my ankles, and have a seat. Turn to face you just to close out with a few seated stretches. Let's take it to a butterfly bound angle. Bring in the soles of your feet together. Maybe using your elbows to push down into your knees a little bit deep in the stretch. Maybe it feels good sitting up like this, or maybe you want to hinge forward as if we didn't stretch out those hips enough today. And rising back up, we'll take it to a one-sided straddle. So bringing your right leg out to the side, left knee is bent, bringing the left foot to the inner thigh. Inhale the arms up overhead. Turn your torso to face the right side and then fold over that right leg. And it's not about reaching your toes. If you can reach your toes, great, but also just keeping the toes pointed up towards the ceiling and maintaining that stretch in your hamstring and your low spine, maybe even on the left side body. And slowly we rise up, switch out the legs. I know you're thinking, how many more hamstring stretches could we do? Mine are still tight though, surprisingly. Inhale the arms up again, shifting the torso towards the left side, and we fold. And same variations here. Reach for your toes, reach for your shin, reach for the mat. Keep those toes pointed upright. And again, slowly rising up. Beautiful. Send both legs out in front. Give yourself a little shake. And then bring your legs back together in a nice, easy seat, Sukhasana. We'll close out with some collective breaths today. Maybe roll the shoulders a little back. We had a lot of lower half love today. Let's kind of take a little time to roll out the shoulders a bit. Maybe drop your ear from side to side. And then sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a few breaths together. Inhale, lift. And exhale through center. Inhale, lift. And exhale through center. One more time. Biggest breath of the day. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Follow me on Instagram at Busy Moms Yoga. I'll let you know when I'm posting new videos. And it's just been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed this class. Leave a comment, like it, do what you got to do. I appreciate any feedback that you've got for me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.